thought that it looked to him to be just about the ideal one-day pitch. The toss went to the West Indians. Clive Lloyd won it and decided to bat, and the teams announced for this semi-final were the West Indies included Harper for Larry Gomes, who is still on the injured list after being hit by Rumesh Ratnayaka the other evening, and Pakistan, well, they sprung a real surprise. They put in Wasim Raja, the Pakistan leg spinner, and he comes in for Azim Hafiz. Here's the first over now. Imran Khan is the bowler, 1 run on the board. He's bowling to Richie Richardson. Your commentators Ian Chappell and Keith Stackpole.
That's good shots, well hit. Wasim Akram can't get to it, and that ball really flying across the outfield.
Imran not impressed with that effort by Wasim Akram down at third man. That was hit with tremendous power.
Wasim Akram is the bowler. Haynes taking strike.
Nice shot. Straight down the ground. That'll be 4. Four overs, none for 9. Haynes 5, Richardson 4. 2 boundaries so far. And that score of 9. 1 to Richardson, 1 to Haynes.
He beats Wasim Raja mid-off. And Imran not too happy. Not too happy mainly about the fielding, I would think. He was a bit upset with that first boundary. The fielding of Wasim Akram at third man. And I think he was a little disappointed there that Wasim Raja didn't dive. None for 18 at the MCG as we look out towards St Kilda over the Olympic Park Greyhound track. It's a good shot from Desmond Haynes. Joe, that outfield is really fast.
Even though the wicket's over on the extreme left here at the MCG, still a decent hit. That was nice contact by Desmond Haynes, working it away behind point. A couple of the boundaries just out of the reach of the Pakistani fieldsman, perhaps with a shade more desperation. They may have been able to cut those off.
Richardson facing Tahir. First down. We wouldn't mark it down as the greatest ball of the summer. Not even the greatest ball of this match so far. And even the embraces and the kisses are slightly muted out there.
Nor was it the greatest shot, because that ball started wide, was about 2 foot wide of the off stump as Richard Richardson went fishing with almost a horizontal bat, bottom edge, straight onto the stumps. The stumps are disarranged and Richard Richardson out 1 for 29. West Indies normally off to a better start than this. They aim for about 60 or 70 runs in the first 15 overs. So they're going to fall well short of that in this innings.
Out of reach and 4. Not far away from the man at cover, but in fact a slashing stroke from Jeffrey Dujon.
He really is a very, very good off driver. Good driver on the onside as well. This time he's reaching for that ball well wide of the off stump. He adjusts his shot because that ball was moving. He wasn't at the pitch of it. And he hit that ball well wide of his pad.
Inside the 15 overs, Jeffrey Dujon has decided to go for it. Picking up 7 runs in 2 deliveries from Tahir Nakash.
Dujon promoted in the batting order, 10 from 15 balls. Let's hit down, and it's going to be out. Mudassir catches him. Yes, he does. Flicked away down towards square leg. Mudassir placed about 20 yards from the boundary down there. And no trouble with that one. Pretty straightforward catch for him.
So the Packies will be delighted to get rid of Desmond Haynes. Tahir just drifting down leg side a little, but that man very well placed out there. Madassa taking it at waist height. So Tahir has struck for the second time. Desmond Haynes out for 18. It's 2 for 44 after 17 overs.
2 for 45. Richards 1, Dujon 10. Tahir to continue.
When he's beaten him, there's a big appeal. He's given out. That's the end of Vivian Richards. A huge breakthrough for Pakistan. Well, what a time for Tahir Nakash is having. That looked like a blatant thick edge there through to the keeper. And I say that only because everyone went up together.
And Richards just playing away from the pads there a little. Dal Pat absolutely delighted. And Tahir almost put a few bones out there with that leap. 3 for 45, the West Indies in the 19th over as Richards goes for 1.
It was Imraja now, the leg spinner, to Dujon.
Oh, and that one flighted a bit and beautifully played by Dujon. A lovely cover drive.
Yes, he's a magnificent cover driver when he's in good form, Jeffrey Dujon. And that's a tremendous example of it. Really has got a great follow through.
Tahir Nakash to Dujon.
Oh, that's a lovely shot. Dujon cutting loose there, hitting that straight over the top of the head of Nudorf. He's obviously decided if it's up, it's going to go. And that was a lovely example of a lofted drive down the ground. 3 for 61, Wasim Raja bowling his leggies and Googles, top spinners. There's no wicket for 10. He's going to continue to Dujon. Field has spread a bit for him now. 2 men back on the legs, 3 men back on the leg side. And a couple back on the offside. Oh, and a big... he's gone! Yes, he's done it! That wasn't a very good ball. It was probably a googly. Dujon going for the cut shot and getting a very, very thick edge.
Yes, the wide delivery. Dujon attempting the cut, and Dal Pat takes his second catch in a row, and that's very similar to the way that Bob Holland got Jeffrey Dujon in the Brisbane Test. With the wide delivery, on that occasion it was caught by Wayne Phillips. The West Indies in big trouble at 4 for 61.
Madassa moving around from square leg. A fumble, and so they get 2. The 2 to Logie. The West Indies 4 for 66.
Madassa Nazar is the bowler from the members' end. Logie takes strike. It's in the air. Well caught, Kazim Omar. Madassa Nazar has done it, not with a very good delivery. Gus Logie will kick himself for that. Maybe 1 or 2 others wanting to have a go at the same time. But Pakistan have knocked over 5 now. We're in for one of the biggest upsets in limited overs cricket history. Madassa Nazar to Marshall. Just short of Imran. And it's 5 for 77. Wasim Raja to Clive Lloyd. Shout there from Anil Dalpat. Young man they claim is named after Norman O'Neill. It's the closest they could get to the pronunciation in Pakistan. And he was very quick here. Now Lloyd needs to be quick, and he is. Only just, but he was back past that line.
Certainly not playing him as well as they should. I think he really does hold a few terrors for them. He ties them up quite a bit all the time he bowls to them. It's a little bit of... I think he really didn't really know what was going on with that one either, and he decided that the best method to play it was to attack then, and smashed it to the outfield. Wasn't really a great shot, but it was very effective. And they've got to now just pick up the singles mainly and work the ball around. Try and build up a fairly good partnership with these two. And then hopefully with a few wickets in hand and overs in hand towards the end, a little bit of powerful hitting.
Might still go for 4. Give you an idea of just how hard that was hit. Smashed it against the stumps at the bowler's end. Enabled it to evade Imran Khan, but it still beat the race to the boundary.
And I'll tell you what, not only did Ray Isherwood give a very good and quick decision in that stumping just a while ago, but Pele would have been very proud of that deflection to the fence.
Malcolm Marshall averages 17 in limited overs internationals, which is not bad for a man coming in at number 8. And going out at number 9, Javed Miandad, the skipper. Madassa Nazar has struck again with his gentle medium paces. Marshall goes, and the West Indies are in awful trouble at the moment. 6 for 96.
Owen dropped. Caught and bowled chance. It was well hit. And Wasim Raja was just a fraction off balance.
Well, when Lloyd hits the ball, it stays hit. But there, it seemed to me as though Lloyd hit the ground as well. And that took a bit of power out of the stroke. 6 for 99. Madassa has 2 wickets. Those of Logie and Marshall. Had a great year in the Lancashire League last year, scoring over 1,000 runs for Burnley, but he's doing it with the ball now today here at the Melbourne Cricket Ground.
That'll clear the infield, but not the fence. That brings up the 100 for the West Indies.
My word, that miss of Wasim Raja when he put down Clive Lloyd could be expensive, because I think Lloyd realises now that it's up to him to push this West Indian total up to something like respectability. Roger Harper's going to do his best to stay there.
We were talking about that century for Clive Lloyd. His one and only in one-day cricket. He's gone. Javed Miandad has taken the catch again. So there will be no second century for Clive Lloyd in one-day cricket, not in this match anyhow.
Well, what a blow that is. That is the crucial one. As Lloyd makes his way back to the pavilion. He hasn't been timing the ball all that well today. He wasn't to the pitch of this delivery. He hit it fairly hard, but straight into the hands of Javed Miandad. And how Javed loves to look up with that mouth agape. As well he might, as Clive Lloyd makes his way to the pavilion. And West Indies are struggling 7 for 103.
Roger Harper facing Madassa.
In the air, but wide of cover. And through to the boundary. It was nicely timed, and fortunately for Roger Harper, it was well placed.
He just indicates to Michael Holding, gave it a bit of a right hand there, pushed it, just steered it clear of the fieldsman, and he found the gap perfectly.
Roger Harper on 14, Michael Holding 5. West Indies 7 for 122. 37 overs gone. They're just trying to bat out the 50 overs as Richie Beno and Tony Gregg move into the commentary position.
They give in and it's bowled him. He's trying to whip it away down to square leg, and in so doing has played right across the line and is comprehensively bowled. That's Wasim Akram's first wicket of this innings.
Won't be too much pleasure at that in the West Indian dressing room. They'll now be looking at how they can bowl out the opposition. 8 for 122 in 38. It's a stroke Michael Holding has used with success on plenty of occasions. That time no success at all. Big Joel Garner coming in at number 10. And 2 runs added to the score. Got a little inside edge onto the pad as well.
And that one's gone away down towards third man for 4. Byers signalled there. Touched nothing.
Extraordinary 4 runs. Wicketkeeper starting to go down the leg side, I suspect. And it seemed to finish up around about first slip.
It's well fielded, but it's also well run, and as a result of that deflection off the stumps, they collect 2. Wasim Akram about to start his 10th and final over. 8 for 136. And 39 overs have now gone. Joel Garner on strike. And once again, his placement's pretty good, and once again, they'll get themselves 2. Harper on 16, Garner 9. Imran to continue. This is his 9th over. So wicket 430, his figures. And he's hit that away down towards square leg, and Mudasa, will he cut it off? Well, he's fallen in behind it. And they'll get themselves 3. It's been an area where the West Indies have had a few problems. Mudasa taken 2 catches down there.
Run rate sneaking up here, 3.5 per over at the moment. It's almost impossible for them to get it up to 4, but they can get it up towards that figure.
Oh, it's short and it's hit in the air down towards square leg. I don't think it'll quite carry. And it's beaten him. Well, that one spun away as it always does when the ball's hit high like that. Tahir trapped by the spin down there. It's in the air, and he's dropped it. We should have caught that. Javed Miandad has already taken 2 catches in this match, and he should have caught that one. I think he was charging it a bit.
He was charging it a bit. He's looked at his spikes to suggest that he might have slipped a bit, but he was on his way in, rushing in fact, as the bowler brought over his arm, and just got himself into a bad position. Madasa to Garner.
It's in the air and out. Straight to extra cover. Wasim Raja makes no mistake this time. And Joel Garner out caught at extra cover.
Joel will be very despondent about that. Having had the messages from the dressing room, he now would have wanted to go right through for the 50. They've put on the best partnership of the innings, but there are still 7 overs to hang out. Winston Davis and Roger Harper, 9 for 152. Madasa comes in now to Davis.
Oh, nicely deflected away down to third man. Wasim Akram, the fieldsman down there. And it's 9 for 159. It's in the air once again. Javed Miandad makes the catch at mid-wicket. Well, 3 of them have been caught out in that area. And that's the end of the West Indian innings.
Well, I'm not too sure what degree of thinking was whizzing through everyone's mind out there, but Roger Harper was playing very well, and Davis has just tossed it away. Harper will be far from delighted. Giving it the charge. Winston Davis out for 3. A great deal of communication between the 2 batsmen as they stroll off, both disconsolate. 44.3 overs, and that's tactically very bad from the West Indians. Well, that's not much of a target for the West Indies to set, great side though they are, but it still won't be all that easy, in my opinion, for Pakistan to make the runs. The West Indies card is disappointing, 159, or disappointing from their point of view. It would be delightful as far as the Pakistanis are concerned, but I thought the most disappointing aspect of it was that they only used up 44.3 of their overs, and I'm sure those messages that came out from the dressing room were to insist to them, to Roger Harper and Holding and Garner and Davis, that they take up the full 50 overs. That they didn't do so, I reckon, has cost them something like 25 runs. The top score, Lloyd 25 and Harper 25 not out, Dujon 22. And the bowling figures for Pakistan, well, what an impressive performance that was from Madassa Nazar, 7.3 overs, no maiden, 5 for 28. Imran Khan, no wickets, Wasim Akram 1, Tahir Nakash 3, and Wasim Raja 1. So 160 needed by Pakistan if they're to go into the final to meet India. And I can tell you that although that doesn't seem to be a very big total, in the dressing room they'll be thinking about Malcolm Marshall and Joel Garner and the pace they bowl at, and can they get through the opening spell. Well, we pick up play now in the 3rd over. Marshall is bowling to Madassa. There are 2 runs on the board. Your commentators Keith Stackpole and Tony Green.
And the bouncer bowled there by Marshall. Something we don't often see in the one-day game because they're very severe, the umpires, on anything above the head. Well, that clearly went past its shoulder height, and so it wasn't a wide.
The West Indies are certainly going to go down, if they are to go down, fighting hard.
Oh, and another ball, and Madassa there really having a go at himself. That one bouncing wide outside off stump, and he had a little flirt at it and was lucky to get away with it. Well, Marshall certainly means business. Here he comes again. And that's in the air and played away on the offside. Nicely struck. It's running away down to deep extra cover. And so a little pressure reliever there for the Pakistanis.
And Marshall just once too often trying to force Madassa back onto that back foot.
Oh, well bowled, no ball called, and he may well have nicked that. I think he may well have hit the cover off that one, but everyone had heard the no ball call, so they didn't even bother to throw their hands up. Let's see if we can pick it up.
And one thing's for certain, he didn't alter his shot.
Oh, it's gone straight up in the air. This might be a difficult catch. Logie's underneath it. He's dropped many. He's got him. What a delivery. That one hitting the top edge, I should think, flying straight up in the air. And little Gus Logie, he's got very safe hands.
He has, but it was a pressure catch for the West Indies. Marshall, who's worked pretty hard for this wicket. Madassa looking to play it away on the onside, got a leading edge, went a long way up and a long time to wait for it. But Gus Logie, he makes very few mistakes. And Madassa, he didn't get a let off. He's out for 6, and Pakistan very early on lose an early wicket, 1 for 8.
Malcolm Marshall to Ramesh Raja.
Well bowled, and did it carry? Well, I think it may well have hit the gloves. It may well have been a chance.
What a tremendous effort by Jeffrey Dujon then. He realised as quick as a flash that nick wasn't going to go to Clive Lloyd. He had to dive across, hit the glove, and I think it would have dived just in front of him, Tony, and it did. But what a magnificent effort.
Joel Garner comes in now to Ramiz Raja.
Keeps... Oh, and a misfield by Richards, but they still won't go. As he missed that, he quickly turned around, went after it. Lucky to get away with that. A big appeal there for LBW. Well, I suppose it may well have been bouncing just a little bit too much.
That's an excellent shot from Ramiz Raja. That'll be 4. Second boundary of the innings. Is a very nice timer of the ball. Ramiz, his brother tends to give fast bowling a bit of a thrash from time to time, and it looks like he's in the same mould. It's a good shot from Ramiz Raja. Pakistan chasing a target of 160.
Holding to Ramiz Raja.
Not quite timed, but he's got the placement there. Yes, I guess that's more the height that you would remember from the MCG, Dennis, around the ankles.
Yeah, there was a period there where you couldn't get much above stump high. I'll tell you what, he loads up when he really fires that cover drive in. He's a little bit like Jarvid the way he loads up for the offside shots.
That's a good shot. He's timed that one very nicely. It's onto the wickets and away. And a well-timed shot there once again from Ramiz Raja. And once again that flick off the hip. And Raja starting to frustrate the West Indies a little. It's a good shot. Hit beautifully and just in front of square leg. And Raja is threatening to take this game away from the West Indies. Pakistan 1 for 41 after 15.
Ramiz showing far more initiative. He has a far better striking rate. Mohsin's been there a long time for 6. Ramiz there for 42 deliveries for 27. One must admit that Mohsin, however, had to face the best of Marshall and Garner.
Doesn't look about. This following innings a bit short.
That was a superb stroke. A stamp of class on that, because Ramiz Raja was really into position very quickly. Hit the ball very early. Look where he hit it. He hit it just wide of mid-on. Now that's a sign of a person who picks the ball up very early, moves into position very early, makes contact early, and places it immaculately. Half century has come up off 118 deliveries.
Holding is in despair. He's done everything but take a wicket out there.
And some days things go your way, other days they definitely go the other way. That must have really made that set of stumps shake. The wind of that ball just passing the off stump must have made the bells wobble.
Harrison shows the teams are very close together. West Indies have lost 2 more wickets. Have to go. He's a good fielder. Didn't miss by much. 1 for 54 in 20. Missed by a whisker. 1 for 54 in 20. That's a good shot. Now, normally they'd get 3 for that quite easily. Will they do it with Roger Harper? Yes, they will, even though he's very quick.
With that batting lineup, Pakistanis got themselves in a pretty good position here. That one running away down towards fine leg. They just cut off now. Yes. Holding it, trying to grab at it, missing it, and then just dragging it back before it went to the gutter.
And buys, valuable runs for Pakistan, beating Dujon, kept a little bit low. Pakistan gradually getting on top.
Oh, well played. That's smashed away down the ground. Rami's really getting stuck into that one.
My word, he's a good player. He's beautiful off drive. On full confidence. Beautifully timed. His feet were in good position. We watch he gets across and gets in line and off the back foot. Full arc of the bat. He gave that plenty and raced away for 4. What a confidence builder for him.
Harper bowls now to Ramiz Raja.
A good shot played straight down the ground.
Ramiz Raja moves on to 49. Mo's in their strange showing. They're under pressure. They're running hard between the wickets. But his partner in great touch. Batting full of confidence. There's his 50. Down the ground he goes. My word, what a good shot. Using his feet. Got to the pitch. He raises his hands to the crowd. He's a happy man. Both fists go in the air. And what a ball over this will be. It's 1 for 83.
Problems here. That's played away on the leg side and the foot goes out, but into the boundary it goes. Well, that's not a great performance. Holding in 1 or 2 of the others out there didn't enjoy that too much.
No, it was a pretty ordinary effort in situations such as this when you need to be desperate. It was this wide of the square leg and put the boot out, got the wrong stride in, but all the same it gave away at least 2 runs. Well played, nice shot.
Well, it's down the wicket, he's got him. They've got a breakthrough. Well, Harper's got him out, caught and bowled. He was trying to turn the face of the bat and played away on the leg side. Once again, the front edge and the ball coming back down the wicket. Harper, who's cat-like, went flying across the pitch in front of the batsman, I think it was, and made no mistake with the catch.
Yes, been hit for 4. He's pushed that through, it spun and bounced. Simple catch, a fine innings. Could be a match-winning innings by Raja, out for 60 off 88 deliveries. Pakistan 2 for 97.
Harper to Kazimoma.
Oh, and he's got it away fine. That'll be 4. 8 runs and a wicket from the over. 2 for 101. And big Joel Garner coming back into the attack. Taking over from Viv Richards. Garner, an economical spell to start off with this evening. Come to expect that after watching him this summer. None for 8 from 5 overs. Needs to pick up a couple of wickets here to bring the West Indies right back into this game. Michael Holding, he bowled also exceptionally well. Very little luck once again, none for 19. Harper, 1 for 28. Davis, none for 18.
And Viv Richards, doubt if we'll see him again this evening, none for 14.
Mosen looking for 2, and he's coming back. Well run. They've got a score at just over 3 runs per over. Pretty handy when you get 2 off the first ball. Jeffrey Dujon, so the strike bowler has done his job. He's got the breakthrough, and that's well taken by Jeffrey Dujon. Mosen is annoyed with himself. He's concentrated very hard, and the West Indies still in this game.
And the game comes alive. It's Clive Lloyd makes the bowling change, picks up the wicket. Dujon, a very nonchalant Dujon, as he went across and just took it in his right hand. But that's the wicket they needed. Mosen Khan out for a long innings at 23 from 93 balls, and Pakistan 3 for 116.
Harper to Kazimoma.
It's a good shot. Viv Richards chasing, and chasing hard. Javed also running hard, and he's back for 3. That's well bowled. Roger Harper saw Javed making as though he was coming down the wicket. He got a little bit of turn from that quicker delivery.
Nice action, Roger Harper. Certainly a very good ball, that one. Came in, a quicker delivery. Nice whippy type action, gets that arm right back. Just having a little chat there with Clive Lloyd.
That's well hit at 6. Beautifully hit from Kazim.
Well, that's one way to relieve the pressure. And not only the pressure that's on Kazim, but also on Javed Miandad. Good delivery then from Roger Harper. It was a quicker one. But the little right-hander played it beautifully. Took it right off the pads, hit it right in the middle of the bat, and plonked it over that fence down its deep backward square leg. The West Indies, we must remember, bowled out well before their 50 overs.
That's a good shot from Kazim. Picking the gap nicely. And he'll get 2. Once again, Kazim finding the gap. Javed running very hard. And he's going for 3.
Kazim playing very well now. 7 runs in that previous over, and then worked that one nicely just in front of square leg.
Ramiz Raja scoring a very good 60. He scored 3 times as quickly as Mosen. Mosen went from 0 to 17 while Ramiz scored 60. But nonetheless, that innings of Mosen was absolutely invaluable. He was the foundation stone on which the innings was laid.
Not far away. That's the thing Vincent Davis will have to guard against, slanting down the leg side. Kazimoma just getting it out of the reach of Clive Lloyd. Too short again, but he's got away with it again, Davis. Logie. And the overthrow saved by Dujon. Well, it's all happening here, and there's a tremendous amount of tension. 3 for 136 in 42. Kazimomar to face Marshall. Now he's asking for the man at third man to come in 15 yards. Shot. Almost, it seemed, as the ball left Marshall's hand, Kazimomar had put his foot down the pitch and flashed it through the covers to the boundary. Marshall was stunned.
And no wonder. Here's the little man who scored a double century for Pakistan against India this year. And he's playing as though he's got 200 runs under his belt already. Absolute confidence in that stroke of high, flourishing backlift. And that ball sizzling through the covers. What a shot to play to the fastest bowler in the world. That did nothing for Marshall's ego. All his laughter out there. He's a very amusing little man, Kazimomar. That ball going down, lodging in his pad now. He does a little jig, goes out there, shakes the ball loose. And he makes people think in the crowd that that was close to being out, with the ball almost rolling onto his stance. But remember, the law states that as soon as the ball lodges in the pad, it is dead.
Wide.
And now 19 needed for a Pakistan victory. Oh, he's playing absolutely wonderfully, this little Kazimomar. That's the second time he's pushed that ball through the covers. This time he hardly seemed to touch it. 2 fours in 1 over from the fastest bowler in the world. Just a tap. Middle backlift, and it was all wrist.
It was a great stroke. Just keep your eye on Roger Harper. I've seen this happen to players on this ground over the years. He just starts to bend down to pick it up, and all of a sudden it runs away from him, and it's into the boundary. Quite often does that on those practice pitches with the slope down there and the very fast surface. Only 12 runs needed. Great shot. It was a blinder.
And Winston Davis blew out his cheeks in absolute surprise there. It's all very amusing to the players, to the spectators. It was a superb square cut, that. Didn't quite get on top of it, but my word, did he hit it.
Oh, must be close to a wide. Well, 3 for 152, and that's not an over Winston Davis will recall with any great pleasure. West Indies card 159 with top scorers Harper 25 not out, Lloyd 25, Dujon 22, and Dustin Lazar destroyed them 5 for 28. And now Pakistan have 159 on the board. And there is the winning run. Pakistan are into the final. Joy for them, but no joy at all for West Indies. Clive Lloyd congratulates Javed Miandad. So too Viv Richards. And Pakistan will meet India now. India having gone through unbeaten in this competition to date. Both these teams India and Pakistan from Group A in the World Championship of Cricket. And what a thrill for Pakistan to turn round and beat this champion West Indian side. Qasim Omar and his skipper Javed Miandad. Quite easily by 7 wickets with 4 overs to spare. A tremendous innings, I thought, from Ramesh Raja. He looks a very good player in the making, 60 from 88 balls faced. And Qasim Omar, 42, just at the right moment. He came in where it needed a cool head and a bit of a sense of humour rather than a glum face, and he smashed it around for 42 from 57 balls. And the partnerships there, 89 in 26 overs from Mohsin Khan, who played a very good hand, actually. Although he was slow, he held the innings together at the top there against that fearsome pace from the West Indians, 23 in 93 balls. And the other partnership, Qasim Omar and Javed Miandad, unbroken, 44 in 10 overs. The bowling figures for West Indies, Marshall 1, Garner 1 and Harper 1 were the wicket takers. The award for that splendid innings, played right at the top of the innings when the pace bowling